Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the first chapter again we are discussing about the second topic of our first chapter, that is naturalization of human. As you know, geography is a subject which is highly dynamic. It's not static actually, it changes over time. The subject matter of geography is changes and the interaction process between the earth and the human beings also changes. In the primitive days, geography only studies about the nature and the different kind of the natural rules and laws. But slowly geography changed its subject matter also. Now the human being is an important part of geography. The interaction between the physical environment and the human being has been significantly described by the following terms, that is the naturalization of human and humanization of nature. Now here a video I have attached with this file. You can see this video and try to understand the video.
Technology helps human beings to interact with their physical environment. What human beings produce and create is not that important, as it is more important with the help of what tools and techniques do they produce and create. Human beings were able to develop technology after they developed better understanding of natural laws. Knowledge about nature is extremely important to develop technology, and technology loosens the shackles of environment on human beings. In the early stages, humans were greatly influenced with their natural environment and adapted to dictates of nature. This type of interaction between primitive human society and strong forces of nature was termed as environmental determinism. At that stage, humans listened to nature and worshipped it. With the development of society and culture, humans developed better and more efficient technology. They moved from a state of necessity to a state of freedom. They created possibilities with the resources obtained from the environment. The imprints of human activities can be easily seen everywhere. Huge urban settlements, agricultural fields, orchards and pastures in plains and sloping hills, oceanic routes on the oceanic surface, and satellites in the space. This was termed as possibilism by the earlier scholars. Technology helps human.
Now in this video you have seen that they have shown a group of people, those who are belong from the primitive society. That groups used to hunt, that groups used to gather their food, and they are totally like a lack of technology. Because of that, because of this absence of technology, they needs to depend on the nature. And this is only the term of the naturalization of human or environmental determinism. In the concept of environmental determinism or naturalized humans, they are showing the primitive society of the world where the human beings are greatly influenced by their surrounding environment because they don't have technology. At this time, human being doesn't have any control over the environment or the nature. Human beings directed by nature and its forces. Human beings are afraid of nature and they used to worship the nature. Now, because human beings are afraid of nature because they can't prevent the natural things. If heavy shower occurs, if any forest fire occurs, or if any calamity occurred, they used to think that god or goddess were angry, so they used to worship the nature and they used to follow the nature. So at this stage of the time, nature was the god or the nature was the master and human being were the slave. So that's why the term it is termed as environmental determinism, because where your environment or your natural nature will determine all the things. At these stages of the low development of the technology, we can imagine the presence of the naturalized humans who listen to nature, who are afraid of the nature, who used to worship the nature. You will find in the Rig Vedas also the Indians used to worship the forces of nature like Agni, Indra, Vayu, Usha, and all. Now, the direct dependence on the human being on the nature for the resources which sustain them, The physical environments of societies became as the mother nature. So this is the concept of the environmental determinism or naturalization of the human. For today, this much only, and next day we